Hello and welcome to Eco-Friendly Living Made Easy. I'm Kelly Bonanno. I'm your instructor. I am an eco-friendly lifestyle and wellness coach, and I am very excited that you are participating in this virtual workshop. It shows me that you really care. It means that you care about the planet and your own health, because it really goes hand in hand. What we're doing to the planet is also wreaking havoc on our health. And I am on a mission to help people live a more eco-friendly lifestyle and go green with ease, just like the title of this workshop says, because I know that it can be overwhelming and confusing, and it kind of sounds like a daunting, like, oh, eco-friendly lifestyle, just there's a lot going on there. And that's not true. It's really not as difficult as you might think. And one thing I really want to impress upon you is that every little step you take makes a difference. It makes a huge difference in the environment and the planet and in your health. So it's not an all or nothing. And you don't have to be a, completely green, eco-friendly expert to do your part. I mean, some people maybe do have like sort of like connotation, like that eco-friendly, going green, you have to be a macrobiotic, eating, tree-hugging, Birkenstock wearing eco-freako. Not at all. I know some people have that connotation, but you know what? That's not the case at all. I don't wear Birkenstocks. Hey, it's fine if you do, no judgment, but it doesn't have to be that way. Eco-friendly lifestyle can be very easily assimilated into your regular lifestyle. So today, I'm going to give you some good tips to do it with ease and remove that overwhelm and confusion, and sort of help you just do some things that you can do in your home and in your lifestyle that will, like I said, not only have a difference on the planet, but in your own health, because the environmental toxins that are trashing the environment really are wreaking havoc on our health as well. And the truth is, it's a big problem. We are trashing our planet, and it's got to stop. We're using too much of it. We're taking too much from it. We're using up to 50% more natural resources than the planet can even give. So we have to start making some changes. And that is my mission, is to help people live a more eco-friendly lifestyle without it being, confusing or overwhelming. So let's get started with the workshop. So I'm Kelly Bonanno, and as I mentioned, I'm an eco-friendly lifestyle and wellness coach, and I'm very passionate about helping you reduce toxic load and clean up our environment. So today we're talking about reducing your toxic load and living a more eco-friendly lifestyle, which has a huge impact on the health of our amazing planet. So I'd like to start with what's really going on to kind of give you some enlightenment. Why is our world so toxic? So there's thousands of chemicals that have been brought into commerce since the Industrial Revolution, and the problem is that less than 20% of them have even been tested for safety. And there's no regulation, so there are no rules in place that say that products have to be a certain, they can't use that companies can't use toxic chemicals. There's just no rules against it, at least here in America. Now, in Europe, they have more safety measures in place, but there's still toxins. Just because a product is European made doesn't mean that it is 100% safe. They're certainly ahead of the curve, that's for sure. They ban over 1,300 toxic chemicals. In the US here, we only ban 19. And so you really have to know your ingredients and know your products. And that's a lot of what we're going to talk about today, because in this case, knowledge really, really is power. So in 2012, there was a in 2004, there was a groundbreaking study done. And in 2012, Ken Cook, the founder of the Environmental Working Group, he gave a lecture about this study, and it was in collaboration with Commonwealth, and it was on the human pollution, and it focused on the levels of toxicity in the body. So 10 randomly selected Americans were tested for over 400 different toxic pollutants, and they found over 200 in each system. But the shocking thing is that these 10 Americans were babies. So babies are born with an average of 287 toxic chemicals in their cord blood. So it's like before they're even out in the world, they have, we've got this toxic load, and that's really the root of the problem there. And it affects our health, it affects our planet. Because women use an average of 12 personal care products a day, and it's exposing us to over 200 chemicals. But it's not just women, men and women, I mean, kids and babies, we all use personal care products, deodorant, shampoo, hand soap, body lotion, body soap, deodorant. I mean, we're all using stuff so we can be pretty clean and go out into the world as respectable individuals, right? I mean, but the truth is, there's up to 10 times more pollutants inside, and environmental toxins account for 75 to 80% of the cancer cases and deaths in the US. So the toxicity levels in your home affect your health, affect the environment, because what's going on in your home is going out there into the world. And the EPA ranks indoor air pollution one of the top environmental health risks. So we really have to create a healthier indoor environment to improve our health and to improve the health of the planet. Now, toxic load it's basically the toxins that we carry in our body. Carcinogens obviously are, cause cancer, endocrine disruptors, neurotoxins, allergens and irritants. The neurotoxins affect the nervous system. They're destructive to nerve tissue, and endocrine disruptors mess with our endocrine system. Now, toxins increase inflammation in our body, and inflammation is the primary cause of disease and aging, both with how we age on the outside, how we look, and how we age on the inside, our health and longevity. And only 10% of cancers are genetic. Does that shock you? It shocked me when I first learned it. So 90% of cancers are caused by our lifestyle and environmental factors. What we're eating, what we're breathing, putting on our skin, what we're using in our home, our household habits, our lifestyle habits. But that's good news. It's in our control, largely in our control. So lifestyle changes, environmental changes, this is going to make us healthier. It's going to make us look better and feel better. So I don't want to get too scientific into a whole biology class here, but it's really important that you understand the endocrine system, because the endocrine disruptors, they're just everywhere. They're in so many of the products that we're using in our home and on our bodies. And they are messing with our endocrine system, which means they're messing with many of the processes in our body, because it's, as you probably know, a network of glands secreting hormones, helping most of the functions in our body. And these glands are releasing more than 20 major hormones directly into our bloodstream. So when these endocrine disruptors are messing with our system, they're messing with growth, and any number of these things. Could be growth, metabolism, sexual function, reproductive process, mood, tissue function, growth, cell growth. I mean, think about it. All these neurological issues, ADHD, autism on the rise, fertility on the rise, cancer on the rise. These toxins are causing problems. That's for sure. And, these glands, of course, include the hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroids, adrenals, pineal, reproductive pancreas. So basically it can affect any number of the areas in your body. And there's a lot of harmful substances that are in the products that you're using in your home and just in the things that are in your home. I'm not going to get into a whole long list of all these toxic. We'd be here all day if we talked about all the toxins. But I want to point out a few of the commonly used toxins, just so you can sort of make some notes and know what to stay away from. And I have a free guide, my top toxins to avoid. You can download it. It's on my profile with my free resources, and also at kellybonanno.com, my site. So a few of them are formaldehyde, which, they use formaldehyde to embalm dead bodies. I don't want that stuff anywhere near me while I'm alive. It makes no sense, right? It's a carcinogen. And then phthalates, you probably have heard of phthalates. They are everywhere. And they are carcinogens also, and endocrine disruptors. They mess with a lot of things. And then, of course, fire retardants are used in a lot of homes, and they are toxic. Now, one thing I'd like you to make a special note of, is synthetic fragrance. This is a big one, because if you avoid products with synthetic fragrance. That's going to give you a very good jump start on being more eco, because in that word fragrance, if it's in an ingredients list, they can legally hide hundreds and hundreds of ingredients just within that word. So you won't even know what's in that fragrance because they call it a trade secret in the industry. It's legal, and it's legal to even hide the phthalates that we just learned are very toxic. So synthetic fragrance is one of the most toxic things, and one of the things that I really recommend staying away from. PVC, vinyl, BPA, I'm sure you've heard of BPA, sodium lauryl sulfate. These are all toxins to stay away from and to be aware of. And one thing that's really important is to avoid being greenwashed. This is another thing I really want you to kind of pay attention here. This is the most important thing. When clients come to me, they're using clean products, they're, you know, trying to be more eco, and they want my help with certain other things, whether it be nutrition or eco-friendly lifestyle or what have you. But a lot of times, a client will come to me and they're like, oh yeah, I'm using clean products. But the problem is they've been greenwashed. I certainly was greenwashed. I'll never forget, I saw this product they were talking about on the Today Show. And I forget even the name, although I don't try not to call products out, but that had the word organic in it. And this is years ago, I was trying to transition to cleaner products, and I ordered it and I thought, oh, you know what? This is going to be great. I can, you know, try the shampoo. And when I got it, it had this very strange scent. I thought, this does not smell natural at all. Well, then I come to learn it was not natural. It had the word organic in there, but it was not a clean product. And when I, of course, later learned how to read my ingredients labels anew, then I thought, oh my gosh, those products that I was using. Yeah, so I was greenwashed. And basically, so there's no laws against, just like there's no laws against manufacturers using harmful chemicals in our products, there's no laws against them making false claims and lying and saying, oh, it's clean, pure, natural, when in fact it is not. So it's basically when companies are displaying insincere concern for your health and for our environment by claiming that their products are clean and safe, when in fact they contain toxins. So when you see on labels, you know, the pretty botanical stuff where it says natural, green, pure, sustainable, whatever it is, it just means nothing. It's just marketing. You got to know your ingredients. It all goes back to the ingredients. So download that free list that I talked about. That is your best defense. And of course, you can book a session with me. I do reviews. I do like a food and lifestyle and clean beauty review of your lifestyle and products to help you kind of get on track with clean living. Because so many people come to me, and this is what makes me sad, is they think they're doing the right thing. You know, they are doing a lot of the right things. They're living a clean lifestyle. They think they're using clean products, but when in fact they're being greenwashed. And so they're trying so hard, but unbeknownst to them, they are just adding to their toxic load, which is so unhealthy. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching people how to really cut through the confusion and the lies, frankly, and not get greenwashed. So here's the fun stuff. Eco-friendly habits and methods that you can do on a regular basis. Now, some of these things you might think, okay, they're the kind of obvious no-brainers, but the thing is, they're important because take recycling. You think it's a no-brainer. Okay, we all know we have to recycle, but the truth is not enough people are doing it. And also it makes a big difference when with regard to the planet. It actually does make a difference to our planet. You know, plastic can take up to 1,000 years to decompose. Tin cans, 200 years. 1 ton of recycled paper can save 17 trees, 7,000 gallons of water, 380 gallons of oil, and the paper is up to 40% of our landfill. And we can upcycle things too. Recycling is great. Upcycling, like take a glass jar, turn it into a vase, donate your clothes, shop thrift stores. You can find really cute things at thrift stores, even still have the tags on. So that's a very eco way to shop too. And of course, another no-brainer is to use reusable bottles. I mean, and shopping bags. I know I don't mean to insult your intelligence, state the obvious, but these are also things that people are not doing. More and more people are still using the, the disposable water bottles, and that water is not even necessarily that pure. So you want to just use a good glass stainless steel bottle and fill it up with your own purified water. And also that will save you money, so you won't have to buy all those bottles of water. And a great thing to do is open the windows. When we keep our windows open, it dilutes a lot of the pollutants that are circulating in the house. And conserving energy is really important. I know that's another bit of a no-brainer, but when you're conserving energy, you're also saving money. And then you want to use eco-friendly pots and pans, because the PFOA and the PTFE, those are toxins, and that, you don't want to be cooking your food that you're eating and then those toxins are getting emitted out into the air. So there's a lot of green pans on the market that are great: porcelain, ceramic, enamel. They're easy to find. The great thing about going green is it's so much easier now than it even was a few years ago, certainly than it was 10 years ago. There's so many great products out there and so many great eco-friendly items. Now, what's something that, most women love? We all love our candles, right? I mean, what woman doesn't like? The only woman I know that doesn't like candles is my sister. She's like one of the few on the planet. But it's like, I think most women have beautiful candles in their homes. The problem is they emit a lot of toxins into the air, including formaldehyde, like we just talked about, benzene, toluene, ketones, and they actually exceed the EPA standard for outdoor air quality, let alone indoor. And you're typically burning candles indoor. So, and then the wicks can also contain heavy metals and like lead. So you want to look for coconut wax, beeswax. Soy is fine if it's non-GMO. And you want to be filtering your water, filtering your shower heads, and conserving water, because it's not an infinite source. And you want to be filtering out those toxins and the bacteria and the pesticides and the chlorine. Chlorine is actually increases your risk of cancer. And then use those reusable bottles. See how it all kind of works together. And a great green eco thing to do, okay, might not fall into the category of super easy, is but planting a tree. They help. They really emit or they release a lot of oxygen into the atmosphere, and they help regulate the water cycle. They absorb carbon dioxide. In one tree, it can make a huge difference. So the more trees that are planted, the better, and better for the environment. And then plants in your home, there are nature's air purifiers. So these are some good plants to look for. And one very simple thing to do also is to leave your shoes by the door. Get one of those cute little bins, because you're tracking in dirt and chemicals and bacteria and pesticide and lead, and coal tar from the asphalt is a carcinogen, and you don't want all that nasty stuff in your house. I'll never forget when I was growing up, our next door neighbors, they were Chinese, and they were very strong in their culture. And I went to their house to play with the kids. They always leave the shoes by the front door. And I always thought, okay, maybe it was, I never really knew why, but now I know. They were so smart. They were onto something. Such a wonderful thing to do in your home, because you just don't want to be tracking that stuff in. And choosing organic produce is another great thing for your health and the environment. Organic produce is going around without GMOs. GMOs is a whole other topic that could be a whole other workshop. And less sewage and fossil fuel and all of those things, and then less pesticides, no pesticides. And the organic farmers, they conserve water and soil, and they also use renewable sources, and they don't irrigate crops. So this tip is one of my biggest. The two next tips are the most important. They're all important, but green your cleaning. If you are using clean laundry and cleaning products in your home that contain environmentally responsible ingredients, you are limiting your family's exposure to hundreds of toxic chemicals and volatile organic compounds. Makes such a difference for your health and the environment. Because remember, what's going on in your house is going out into the environment. All that stuff is going down the drain, out in the atmosphere. So it's very important. And if you're concerned with climate change, it starts with you and your house. You know, a lot of people who are up in arms about climate change, they're not doing some of these basic things. And so they are major contributors. Now, climate change is a whole other issue. That's another topic for, for another workshop. And another big thing that helps tremendously is detoxing your personal care and beauty routine for women, men, and children and babies, because it really minimizes your body's toxic burden, because what you're putting on your skin is going into your bloodstream. Not every single substance, but a lot of them. And your skin does absorb up to 60% of certain substances. So, and there's no filtering process. Like your liver doesn't filter stuff that's going on your skin. This really reduces toxins in your home too. And of course, it reduces your own carbon footprint. So this is a major cleaning your beauty routine and your household routine. This is going to make a big difference on your health and the planet in huge ways. And I know the next question is, okay, so what do we use? I have lists. I have vetted and researched dozens and dozens of truly clean brands that are not greenwashing, that are highly effective. And some of my favorites are, Dr. Bronner's 100% Pure, Pure Haven, Puracy, True Botanicals, Pure and Cocoa, Branch Basics, and there's several more. And I, in the food and lifestyle and clean beauty review that I do for people, I help them transition to the right products for them. Your skincare. I mean, your skin types. It's not a one size fits all. You might have rosacea or eczema or acne or dry skin, oily skin, aging skin, whatever it may be. You might have certain allergies. It's not a one size fits all, so it's very, very customized. And one thing that makes it very easy, one of my biggest tips is, because I know it gets overwhelming. We're going to change over all our personal care and cleaning products. You don't have to do it all at once, of course. The easiest way to do it is take it one at a time. When you're running out of one product, do a little research, go to my site, get some ideas, book a session or a review with me, and transition. And you can do it one product at a time. And that's an easy way to do it without it being too overwhelming. And if you want more of an overhaul, that is something I definitely help people with. And I really want to impress upon you that all this information is not to scare. It is to inform and empower you to make healthy lifestyle choices and healthy, eco-friendly choices. And don't stress out about what is not in your control. Just do what you can, because every step makes a difference. And knowledge with action is power. You got to take action. So what I call it the 3 C's: clarity. You get the awareness. You know what to. You got to get clear on what you're going to do. You make the commitment to do it, and then consistency. And like I said, one small step at a time. It's progress. It's not perfection. It's just one step at a time. That's with anything. Eco-friendly living, wellness, making those healthy changes. It's all just little steps at a time is the way to get there. So I give lots of great tips on Instagram, and I have a Facebook group. You're more than welcome to join. It's free, Savvy Girls Organic World. Twitter, I've got a brand new podcast out, Clean Beauty Scene, where I give a lot of tips on clean beauty and wellness and sustainable living. And I am actually writing a book that's coming out later this year too. So if you'd like, more personal support and guidance in applying these methods and reaching your eco lifestyle and health goals, I would truly be honored to help you. And I have, group programs and extensive one-on-one programs, just a one-off. I can just do a review, all kind of different wellness programs and services to help you reach those health goals in an easy, manageable, accessible way. I have, I live in the real world, and I think that people need a very easy way to reach your health goals and in your eco-friendly goals that make it so it's not overwhelming, and also make it so you can make those sustainable changes for a lifetime, not something that you just do for a little bit and then you go back to your old ways. They have to be easy. So this is my information. You can call me or email me, Kelly at Kelly Bonanno, or go to my site, kellybonanno.com, and definitely grab your free resources. I've got my top clean beauty and wellness tips, and that top toxins to avoid list also. So I want to thank you so much for being here and participating in this virtual workshop. I hope you have learned a lot and have some good key takeaways, just some good tips that you can implement into your life and help you reduce that toxic load and start treating our continue treating our planet kinder. And like I said, every little step you take will make a difference. So I applaud you for making the changes and getting the awareness and seeking out this education, because that's the most important thing. So good luck, and if you have any questions or need anything further, don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you very, very much.